The greater good.
Hey everybody, Greater Good Mining here. So, Fully Electric and myself have been testing 5 different pools on our KS0s. We've been testing Hpool, Cryptex, K1 Pool, 2 Miners, and kaspa-pool. And I've got the numbers. I've got 5 days worth of yield, and I'm going to tell you which one did the best. I'm going to go through them one at a time. Drum roll, please. So let's start with Hpool. Unfortunately, Hpool is in 5th place. So this data is continuing to roll past the time that I took the data, but I'm just showing you what the pool looks like. Fully Electric was on Hpool, and he yielded 410.09 Kaspa at the time that we stopped our testing. So Hpool is in 5th place, unfortunately. And honestly, I'm not a big, huge fan of like the way their setup is here. I want more detail. I do like how they have the 24-hour hash rate, but they don't give you a whole lot here. Hpool really not far behind the others. You'll see it was a pretty close race. So next we got Cryptex. Cryptex, the yield was just slightly higher, 411.90. So 2 Kaspa more, than Hpool. So not too far behind. Hpool and Cryptex were pretty close. This dashboard's a little nicer looking to me. I like how it's kind of like dark mode automatically, and it'll show you your invalid shares in 24 hours. So if you're looking at that, Cryptex at least shows you invalid shares and your 24-hour average hash rate, 99.57, and 0 invalid shares in the last 24 hours. So that's good. So that was number 4. Cryptex was in 4th place overall for yield. Next, we've got 2 Miners is in 3rd place. I'm a little bit bummed. I was hoping it would be number 1 because I do like 2 Miners. I like their dashboard, the way it's set up. The only thing I don't like about it is it just shows your 6-hour average down here, like your average hash rate that it says right here. Really rather have the 24-hour average. I like to compare 24-hour averages. But either way, the average hash rate was pretty good, 99.26. So the yield on 2 Miners was slightly higher than Cryptex, 412.37. So they're all pretty close so far. We had 410.09 for Hpool, 411.90 for Cryptex, and then we're creeping up. Now we got 412.37 for 2 Miners. So very close. They're all very close. Number 2, kaspa-pool. I was kind of surprised because I had a lot of invalid shares with kaspa-pool versus some of the other ones, and I had like a slightly lower hash rate, but maybe after rebooting the miner or something, I got maybe some less rejected shares on kaspa-pool. If you saw my other videos, I was getting much higher rejected shares with kaspa-pool than I was the others. So this is over like a 5-day period, and like I've got some other miners that I've had on here, so that I definitely didn't make $8,595 off of just a KS0. So that's just I had several miners on here at one point. So anyway, the average for kaspa-pool was 415.82 Kaspa in the 5-day period. So just slightly higher than 2 Miners. But overall, the one that won overall for yield was K1 Pool, and this is their dashboard. And like I said, this is still like a rolling balance. Like I took the data at midnight, and now I'm just shooting the video. So this isn't exactly what I got. It was actually, the yield was 417.75 on K1 Pool. So K1 Pool was the winner, and if you look at number 5, they had 410 Kaspa yield. So we're only talking about a difference of about 7 Kaspa in a 5-day period. So if everything's that close, what do you look at next? I think you should look at the fees. Hpool, we're talking about 0.75% fee, and they had the lowest yield at 410 Kaspa. Cryptex, 1% fee. So higher fee than Hpool, and you only got slightly more Kaspa, 411.90 Kaspa over 5 days versus 410.09. So now let's look at 2 Miners Pool, just as much as Cryptex Pool, so the 1% pool fee on 2 Miners. I do like their color scheme though. It's kind of like Greater Good Mining's color scheme, black, white, and orange. But yeah, higher fees for Cryptex and 2 miners. They're both at 1%. Now let's check out kaspa-pool's fees. kaspa-pool, 0.75%. So we're looking at slightly less fees for kaspa-pool, slightly higher yield, than Hpool and Cryptex. But check this out. K1 pool, 0.5% fees, and the yield was higher. So, ladies and gentlemen, K1 pool, half the percentage of pool fees as 2 miners and Cryptex, and slightly more yield. And I mean, what else do you want, really? You can look at your average hash rates, you can look at rejected shares, and all of that stuff. But really, what it comes down to is yield over an average. We did 5 days, and what do you want? You want less of it taken from you. So K1 pool is the winner. There you go. I'm gonna flip all my rigs over to K1 pool now because less fees, more yield. I wanted to thank my buddy Fully Electric for taking the time to change all his rigs over and help me with this fafoing session. Me and Fully Electric love to fafo. So I had fun doing this. Thanks again, buddy, for all your help. And hopefully this benefits everybody. But before I switch my rigs over, I usually like to check the stats on Mining Pool Stats or something similar, where you can kind of see which pools got the most hash rate. And at this moment, it doesn't look like any one is like really totally dominating with like a really high hash rate compared to the others. Surprisingly, actually, Hpool is one of the top ones, 20%, 20.3% of known hash rate. But if you scroll down a little bit, K1 pool, we're not in any real danger of getting like a dominant pool here. But I like that K1 pool has lower fees, and I got better yield, and I'm decentralizing a little bit because I am not going to like the top pool. Like, so if you guys are switching rigs around on any of your crypto mining rigs, maybe check out and see what pool is the dominant one and kind of like check out another one that's reasonable. And I kind of like K1 pool because it's a little further down the line. So I will be switching my rigs over to K1 pool, and maybe I'll watch them for a week and just kind of see how they do. And hopefully, less rejected shares, more yield. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, I hope this content was helpful to you. If it was, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. And as always, don't forget to keep it decentralized for the greater good.
The greater good.